So yes, indeed, that's a 4x4. It's a big 4x4. That's my everyday car, a GMC Yukon V8 6 liters with over 300 horsepower. It's more likely to be driven on road, though you can go off-road with it since it's four-wheel drive with limited slip front and rear differentials. When introduced, it was presented as capable of climbing Mont Blanc.
Chevy Tahoe is the only full-size SUV with the safety of an AutoTrack four-wheel drive system.
However, its final use in the United States was entirely different. They took the kids to school. But for those who have known me for a while, you know that in the past, I did a lot of off-roading. I had a lot of 4x4s. And it's been a while since I had a 4x4, and I'm not going off-roading with this one. As usual, I have this condition where I just can't stop going on Le Bon Coin. And when I go there and I see a 4x4 that's lacking some love, a Toyota, and what is probably maybe the proudest gas-powered 4x4 in the world, I just couldn't help but buy it. Let me introduce it to you. Toyota RAV4. First generation, 1999 facelift model. There's nothing more reliable. It's not brand new, I agree. I paid $500 for it. I challenge you to find something better. $500 indestructible. Working air conditioning, working electric sunroof, registration up to date, inspection passed. More than 6 months. Okay, fine. Four-wheel drive with central differential lock. Don't bother looking, you won't find it. What really makes me laugh about this vehicle is that it's actually the size of a 4x4 K car. K cars are the small cars that let you avoid paying too many taxes in Japan because they're extremely tiny. And they're cars that you really only find in Japan, but there have been a few versions in France. I don't know if you can really consider it a K car because it's very small, but I think a 4x4 K car is even smaller. You might not really realize it, maybe with me standing next to it or something, but in terms of length, it's incredibly short. That's actually better for off-roading since a shorter length helps it handle obstacles more easily. Some people like long 4x4s, but in my off-road culture, I was always taught that shorter ones handle obstacles better. Of course, that's just in the 4x4 world. It's really not very tall, but don't worry, it's going to get higher. On the other hand, it has a really interesting engine. We'll come back to that a little later. Let's take a quick look around the vehicle. So, as you can see, I don't know if this is specific to Phase 2 or if it's an option, but it already has mud flaps. I haven't seen those mud flaps on many versions. Well, on the other hand, they're in terrible condition, I have to say. I don't know what happened, if it's age or something else, but they're completely rusted. I'm a huge fan of the rims. Original Toyota rims, 3 spokes well, 6, but really it's more of a 3-spoke style basically. The front tires are in very good condition. The rear tires are in good condition. It also has an option, the side skirts. So, the side skirts seem optional, since like before, I haven't seen any other RAV4 with these side skirts. Well, if you start doing some braking or off-roading with it, I won't hide the fact that they're going to bend very quickly. As for the bodywork, it has some small dents here and there, but nothing serious, nothing that's literally torn off. On the other hand, I'm not sure if this door was replaced or repainted, but it's clearly the wrong color, and the varnish is peeling everywhere. The windows aren't broken, there are no chips, no cracks, nothing at all, and the rear window's tinted. My taillight is letting in water and has moisture inside, so I need to find the source or just replace it. It's not that expensive. Well, you see, I'm discovering at the same time as you that the bumper here is broken. Well, it's not a big deal in itself. We've got the little light here. Well, it's not really a light, it's more of a reflector. I can't remember what it's called. Katajap, I don't remember the name of this part. But basically, it's broken. The previous owner had the parking sensors added. Well, look, there are 2 of them. We can't complain. At least they're there. But here, on the other hand, something crazy happened. I think I'm going to take the wheel off here to see what's behind it, because I can see that it's been tinkered with. And especially here, look, I can see some kind of repair with welding or something like that. So I think something a bit crazy must have happened here, and it's not very pretty. Well, the clear coat is cracked anyway. As for the bumpers, on this side, they're generally okay. The right side has some scratches, but it's fine. The fender flare's good, the windows too. On the right side, the door's okay. The rocker panel's a little bit loose, but it's nothing serious. The right front fender has a small dent here. We'll see it on the video at the top of the fender. The lights are in particularly good condition because back then, on Japanese cars like this, the lights were actually made of glass, so that's pretty cool. And a little detail that I really appreciate is that when you don't know what kind of bulb it is, and you think, damn, I have to take out the bulb to find out what it is and all, well, no. You see, right here, it says HB4 and HB3. That was really crazy for the time. Well, I don't know if Toyota were the only ones doing that, but it's still awesome. And on the front end, he put in a LED bar, which has gotten a bit yellow over time, actually, just like the two fog lights as well. And unfortunately, it doesn't work. So maybe we'll try to get it working again. It shouldn't be too complicated unless it's burned out. And he also left me the shackle, the nice blue shackle. I'll show you the inside as well so you can see. However, there's something that I must point out. I drove it a bit to test if everything was fine when I tried it. The person sold it to me with the interior vacuumed. Well, vacuumed? It wasn't spotless enough to eat off the floor, but it was clean. You see, the little stones there, I put those there. The condition of the floor, that's from me. But no one sat next to me. Look. For your information, it was a car that the person only used to go hunting. So, look at the condition he left it in for me. There are a few small stains, but I mean, overall, it's clean. This is the first car I didn't rush to clean when I bought it, because it was clean. Let's take a few seconds to look at the seats. Look at this typical 90s style that I love. I'm a huge fan. And it's the same, you'll find that on the door panels too. I'm a huge fan of the fabric and the colors used in the 1990s. But anyway, all that to say that overall, inside, it's extremely clean. Right now, the back seat is folded down. There's a trunk. But when you put the seats back up, honestly, I'm telling you, there's no more trunk space. Another cool thing is the Chaser steering wheel. It's typically a Chaser steering wheel. It's the same one. Other than that, it's very basic. Heating, air conditioning, diff lock, like I said, Kenwood car radio, probably original. No low range, always in high range, full-time four-wheel drive. You can't disengage it. And the little sunroof, really nice. Works perfectly. I'm really happy. Another Toyota 4x4 that I didn't have in my collection. That's one more Toyota car that I've had in my life. And if there's someone I can thank for that, it's the sponsor of this video who made it possible for me to buy it. And I'm talking about Carly. If you don't know what Carly is, look, it's this little device I have in my hand that you just plug into your car's diagnostic port. And the advantage is that this one is equipped with it. So if tomorrow it gives me engine warning lights because there's some sensor, I don't know, that failed, thanks to Carly, I'll be able to know which one it is. That will save me from paying for diagnostics at garages. It works with a subscription, which allows you to always stay up to date with the latest technologies they add to your Carly device. You can also check the mileage because it will query all the car's control units to see if there are any inconsistencies between them. Basically, this little thing is what I recommend you always have with you in the car because it lets you know right away if the problem showing up on your car's dashboard is serious or not. To change the part, you also need to have a mechanic work on it. And even when you're going to buy a car, make sure you have this with you. You check the car, and at the same time, you check the mileage. It's not foolproof, but it's an extra help. I'm giving you a promo code shown on the screen, and it's also in the first pinned comment and the video description. I'll show you the engine as well. 2 liters, 128 horsepower. So obviously there's quite a bit of work to do. First, we're going to start with a thorough engine cleaning because, as you can see, it's pretty dirty inside. And that's something I really like, working on clean engines. You can already tell right away that there's been some life in this engine. Someone came to live here and left a few little things behind. It's an engine with a timing belt, and it needs to be replaced. The person I bought it from told me he did it when he bought the car, so in 2020. Now, it's 2026. The belt is 6 years old. I don't know the mileage. So, as a precaution, of course, we're going to replace it. The mechanics seem pretty easy, to be honest. Everything is more or less accessible. It's pretty okay. Sometimes with the RAV4, honestly, I have to admit we didn't expect that. It's challenging. The engine is tilted backward, but it doesn't really seem to be a problem. Anyway, for maintenance, what else did I absolutely want to do? Yeah, the valve cover gasket. The valve cover gasket is leaking a bit on the sides and back, so we'll fix it. The goal is to repair it. Since the timing belt was replaced, it likely hasn't seen a mechanic much, especially since it wasn't driven for a while. As always, I advise caution when buying a car. So, beforehand, I've already bought all the parts. That way, at least, I don't waste any time and I can start right away. But first step, engine cleaning.
Another empty promise show. No easy answers, no turning back.
Well, there you go, a nice clean engine bay. Now we can work and, above all, see things a bit more clearly. When I start driving, I'll be able to spot any possible leaks or other issues that I might have missed. A light rain's starting to move in. It's nice. Look, it's starting to fall on the bumper, but in any case, the engine is clean. That feels really good. I won't do the striker cover yet since I'm waiting for a small accessory. The main goal of this video is to make the vehicle fully drivable, reliable, and up to date on maintenance. So that in the previous episode, man, I was tired there. I meant the next episode. So we can get straight into the off-road preparation of the RAV4. But before that, I'd like to drive it a bit, enjoy it a little, and I might still run into some issues I don't know about yet. So we'll start with the engine oil change. Okay, so that's good. I managed to loosen the filter a bit. I'll show you the technique I use. Basically, I used my oil filter wrench. I use this to tighten it since there's no space by hand, but the pliers fit, so I give it a quarter turn. I loosen, reset, and tighten again. I'll show you. I'm not sure you'll see it clearly, but here it is. The wrench is right here. The filter's right here, and basically I just move it between the manifold and the AC compressor. There isn't much space, but it'll work. Damn. You're known for that. Damn. It wasn't the wrench I loosened. It's the attachment on the wrench. Oh damn, the wrench isn't moving. Shit, what a mess. No, don't tell me I can't manage to loosen the wrench. The wrench is stuck. The wrench is stuck on the filter. No, but this is unheard of. I can't remove my wrench anymore. Oh. I did it. How did that even happen? Oh. I'm gonna put some Loctite in there. Come on. We're going to drain it. Oh damn, but everything is really tight here. No way, are you worried it'll come loose? Oh. Oh, come on. Well, a done deal. The guys who did the last oil change. The plug and gasket are damaged. I got a new one ready. But I didn't have a new steak prepared. Doing the oil change wasn't a bad idea, right? It looks like diesel oil. Yeah, it's really not a bad thing. Well, I know that the additive I use to clean the engine gets rid of a lot of crap and sends it all into the oil. But still, this will do it some good. Gasket. And a new plug. Let's put the filter back now to finish up. And by hand. I don't know if the guys actually follow all that, or if sometimes some of them just have fun tightening it with a wrench, actually. Because it's the right one, at least. By hand, but still. Still pretty tight, you know, but by hand. By the way, I want to tell you about something too. Look. Heil's Opel, a new sponsor who's joining me in my videos from now on. French fluid supplier. So, this isn't a paid placement, I'm telling you right now. It's Nico from Au Bordel who works with them and who, as a result, put me in touch with them too. They do everything. They do everything. This time they provide me with everything. Differential fluid, brake cleaner, engine oil, you name it. So from now on, they're the ones supplying all my car fluids. So this is perfect timing. It's the first time I'm going to use it, and we're going to put it in this one. But it's not the last time you'll see them. And by the way, stay tuned on my Instagram, which I'm showing on the screen, because you know that every time I negotiate a partnership, I also negotiate a giveaway. So, of course, there will be a giveaway with Opel Island. There will be goodies to win and oil change kits for your cars, and they're free. My giveaways are always free. Don't go anywhere. Still, I can't wait to go off-roading with it because I don't really know what to expect, actually, whether it handles obstacles well or not. I think it will, though, because it's not meant for rock crawling, right? I think it'll still do pretty well. I'll try not to break it. I'll try not to go into huge mud puddles because that's something I really love to do. But after washing it, when you spend 20 bucks to clean it, you get a bit tired of it. For trails and tracks, it's perfect. Nothing more to add. But wait to see the prep we have planned. Right now, it's not too exciting. We'll discuss it in the next video. You'll see. I have an idea. I just need to get all the parts in, and then it should be fine for now. Let's check the level. Okay, we're at the max, but we haven't started yet. So the filter's empty. I'm going to start. Okay. You know, by making videos about cars that I buy cheaply on Le Bon Coin and showing myself doing all these little maintenance tasks, I feel like these kinds of videos are actually becoming guides on what I recommend you do every time you buy a cheap car on Le Bon Coin. What should you check? What kind of maintenance should you do? No, here we're only halfway, so we're going to add more. Really, there's nothing complicated about it. However, what I can recommend you do every time is to always buy reliable cars. Cars with a simple design. No matter the mileage, because it's true that we didn't even mention it, but it has 230,000 kilometers. And I admit that when I saw the ad, I didn't think twice at all. I honestly didn't think that's a lot of kilometers or anything. It's a Toyota. It's indestructible. You see, basically, if you're looking for a reliable and cheap car tomorrow, buy Japanese cars. There are exceptions, of course, but from those years, the 90s, they're really indestructible, basic in design. The parts aren't excessively expensive. For those who have known the channel for a while, you must definitely remember my Honda HR-V. For those who weren't around for my Honda HR-V, I sold it after owning it for 11 years. It was the car I had owned the longest, and I sold it. It had almost 350,000 kilometers of timing belt. I drove 150,000, I never changed it, and I was supposed to do it when I bought it. You know, it's a non-interference engine, and basically, if the belt breaks, it doesn't break. It doesn't break the engine. I never did it. When I first got it, I went a bit wild and didn't change the oil for a long time. It's a vehicle that I really only maintained to the bare minimum. An oil change from time to time, it's indestructible. It never broke down, and I sold it. And today, it's still running. I forgot to tell you about something. You're going to like this. When I tried out the 4x4, I thought the clutch or the release bearing was dead. Basically, let me explain the symptoms. When I pressed the clutch and then released the clutch pedal, I heard a knock, or when I shifted gears. And when I accelerated, or even when you accelerate without shifting gears, you hear a knock, and then it changed so that even slight acceleration, not hard at all, caused the knock. That's when I thought maybe it wasn't the clutch after all. So I took a look, and then I found something. It's on the same level as the GS 400 I used to ride with only one caliper. You know, the caliper that used to wave hello, it's the same level. That means the previous guy who did the timing belt finished his job. He put everything back together, he did the timing belt, he started the engine, perfect, no problem. I'm proud of myself. Except then, he turned back to his workbench. There were 2 screws on it. He picked them up like this. You see the 2 screws? He looked at the RAV4, and then he thought. He put them in his pockets and gave the car back to the customer. The 2 screws the guy found were the screws from the front engine mount. That means that right now, the engine mount, like this, which is pressed against the engine, is going to be accelerated, and it's hitting metal against metal. So, who takes the hit? It's the second engine mount in the back, which is dead, that I have on the car. Luckily, the engine's bolts aren't broken, but the problem is, I don't have them. And who knows, given where it is, the type of bolts that... So now, I'm going to quickly check if I have something in my stock of bolts. Otherwise, when we do the timing belt at the garage, we'll do it then. But it's still pretty unbelievable to dare return the car to a customer thinking,
Boss.
They won't notice. Your car's fine, your car... So I'm still going to show you. So I just removed the bracket here, as you can see. It's these 2 holes here and here that just didn't have screws in them. So I had to find 2 screws for here and here. Once I shifted the bracket, it was fine. I got lucky and found 2 in my box of spare screws. I hope they're the right length. Worst case, I'll try to fit them differently, cut them down or something. But anyway, I'll even see how you tighten them because it looks like it's a bit tricky. I'll try to put this back and it should work. Well, my dear friends, I'm more than happy because I have the pleasure of telling you that the vehicle has its engine mount back, and it will stop banging metal against metal. I'll change its spark plugs, then stop for the day, since I'll need the lift for the next task. And that will also give me a better idea about the condition of the spark plugs, whether it's been maintained well or not. But already, we've made good progress. As far as the engine fluids go, we're good. I'm not going to change the coolant because I saw that it's bright pink, so that must have been done not too long ago. I also have some stabilizer bar links to replace, which I'll do at the same time as the timing belt. For now, I'll handle the spark plugs. They're black. They look old, but it's not that bad compared to what I've seen before. They're in this condition. Yes, they're black, but, well, nothing really catastrophic. On the other hand, they were Bosch with 4 electrodes, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I'll replace them with Denso ones. I prefer the Denso brand. Honestly, that's what Toyota uses, single electrode ones like these. Just basic spark plugs. I forgot something important, given what happened to me. I'm gonna put copper grease on it. So why copper grease? Actually, because I already had a little problem with the car that didn't want to let me take out its old spark plugs. And since that day, I told myself I'd put it everywhere like that. At least, whether it's for me or for the future owner, there won't be any trouble. I did that on my Yukon too, and it's even recommended for the Yukon. That's one done. Okay, I'll speed up the removal of spark plugs 2, 3, and 4 for you. So here, the spark plug is soaked in oil. That means the gasket around the valve cover, around the spark plug, is shot. So that's good because in the valve cover I'm going to redo, I have the new gaskets, so I'll change them. And by the way, it wasn't tightened at all. The spark plugs are good, the oil change is done, the engine mount is okay, and to finish the day calmly, I'm going to do the air filter. That might give us an indication, once again, of the car's maintenance condition. There are a lot of things connected to the airbox. Well, surprisingly, that's the underside. That's where all the junk really goes. Surprisingly, it's in great condition, so I think it was done recently. What did I have planned? Yeah, it's the same. It's fine. Well, no, for once, I think it's the first time in my life that I'm putting back an original air filter. Without changing it, I mean. A few little bits of junk in the airbox, but nothing surprising. Honestly, I don't get it. It got kind of a half service, but nothing exceptional either. The fluid levels are good. Well, the ADR is good, the brakes are good. Well, I just want to say that's the end of the first day. Day number 2. We just arrived at the garage. It's on the lift. I'll show you the chassis, even though I've already seen it. You'll see that it's still extremely clean. So right now, Thibaut is getting all his things ready. Yeah. Well, at least he's trying to get his things ready. We're going to do the timing belt. Drain all the engine fluids. I've already done that. So, gearbox, differential, 6 engine mounts, engine supports, and lifting the engine with a bar. Basically the whole thing, so the noises stop when I shift gears, so it stops knocking. And especially so the vehicle is properly sorted out. Then, we can move on to prepping it. So, a quick overview. Well, it's going to be very quick because you'll see it's kind of a mess. Because I've already done a bit of off-roading with it, obviously. But it's still very clean. It's a mess, but it's not rusty. No rust on the front suspension. Here, I think there was a pretty bad leak somewhere. I need to check that out a bit. I wonder if it's coming from the steering rack. Because, I still have that problem where it squeaks a lot. The CV boots. The axles are fine. The little links I need to change are these ones here, the sway bar links. And overall, the chassis is perfect. It doesn't have any dents or anything. It's not rusty. Overall, it's pretty good. The rear axle, same thing. No leaks at the rear differential. It looks very, very dry. That's cool. We're still going to drain it and everything, like I told you. I'm also going to check this bushing a bit, because I feel like it's knocking a little. But overall, the vehicle is spotless. I might do a little exhaust setup later. I'm considering it, but I don't want it too loud. I'm unsure whether to cut here or there, and maybe add a small Simon's muffler on the back, just so it makes a little more noise. But I don't want it to be a mess either. Since it's really short, I don't want it to resonate and hurt my ears. So that's a quick summary of the chassis condition.
Subtitling by Radio Canada.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to film 100% of the steps for the timing belt, because Thebo already did it. And actually, it turns out this really isn't an easy timing belt job. The air conditioning compressor and several parts need removal. The ABS unit must be moved too. Honestly, it's a mess, so I won't bother him with it, especially since during that time I'm under the car and he's taking a little coffee break. I can lift it up and do all the fluid changes, so I did it on the ground and everything. So in terms of filming, it's not really the best thing to show you. For now, that's where we're at, so the whole left side is disassembled. Now he's about to get to the timing belt. I'm currently doing the gearbox oil change. And honestly, it's not a bad idea to do it considering the condition of the oil. I'm going to tackle the transfer case, and here at the back, I'm draining the differential. The differential is just about done draining, so we'll do it like we usually do. If there's anything interesting to film, I'll record it. Otherwise, let's finish this job quickly so we can do a road test together and move on. Second episode where we're going to start the big prep. I'll give you a quick update. At this point, we've made pretty good progress. I'll show you where we're at. As for the fluids, that's already done, so that's good. Gearbox oil change. Wow, you can't see anything anymore. Front differential oil change. It's okay. I just changed the tie rod on this side and started on the other. Now I'll install the new one there. It gave me a bit of trouble because I had to cut it with a grinder. Anyway, it was a bit of a pain. The rear differential, it's been drained. And Thebo removed the timing system, so it's done. He's about to install the new water pump and timing system. It's noon, so we'll eat. Everything's going well. The timing system is a real project. I won't lie to you, it's not a walk in the park. Honestly, what I've given him to work on is quite something. The goal for today is to finish before tonight, so I can drive it home and all the maintenance will be done. That way, at least, I won't have to worry about it anymore.
I have cramps in my fingers.
It's complicated right now. Thebo has been working on it for a while. I'm done, but I still need to change the rear engine mount. I didn't understand the process. You have to lift the engine. I'm hitting the steering rack. I didn't really understand the mechanics of how to remove it.
Thebo will check it after the timing belt if he ever finishes.
I hope you're going to finish it. I'm going to drive it home. At the pace he's going.
Thebo, you're not going to be driving it home anytime soon?
But remind yourself you won't do it twice. Didn't you already do it twice on your old one? Yeah.
Yeah, once or twice.
And? Don't you remember it was just as annoying?
No, I don't remember. It's doable. I'm just saying it's annoying.
Yes, but it's a hassle, you know? Is that a...
GD?
Yeah, that's it, for sure. Otherwise, yeah, it's almost finished. Damn, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I went a bit hard last time. I bent the side skirt a little bit. Anyway, you know what? I think I'm going to remove this side skirt because it looks like it's just a dirt trap. I'll take it off to see what's underneath.
A dirt trap.
Quick update, I just took off the rocker panels. Because when I do the full paint job, first of all, it's going to stand out that the rocker panels are aluminum, so here they are. It's always a bit risky to leave that on a 4x4 because it kind of collects dirt and stuff for rust and all that. You know, it's not necessarily better in this case. So now it lets me see that the rocker panels are clean. There's no rust. He's putting on a circus act while that's happening. It makes it look better visually. I would put a good coat of black and Raptor on the bottom. That way, at least it'll be protected.
The timing system is in place. The timing belt job isn't finished, but the belt itself is in place.
That's good. It's already something.
The connecting rods and pistons are there.
You must change the rear engine mount. I'll try to show you, but honestly, I didn't understand any of it. Basically, it's there. I removed the bolt that goes all the way through it. When I try to lift the engine, it still hits the steering rack. So I hope I don't have to lower the front subframe to get it out. Because honestly, I find it pretty surprising that Toyota made something so messy. But Tib tells me it's a RAV4.
There you go.
We're working on a RAV4. I don't know, I'll let him finish. He's checking, but it's done and must be replaced. Sometimes with Toyota, honestly, they really get it right. Honestly, I have to say it's crazy and all. It's so well made, it's easy to work on. It works really well. But sometimes, like with this RAV4, honestly, we didn't expect that. Thebo forgot, since he previously owned a RAV4, just how much of a pain the timing job was. And now I'm trying to change my water thermostat. And actually, to change it, I removed the alternator, took off the oil filter that was still stuck, even though I'm the one who put it on this time. Sorry to the last person who did the oil change. I don't know why, but it's stuck. I won't tighten it too much when I put it back on. Here I'm reaching the lower 10mm bolt of the water pipe, millimeter by millimeter. That's it, I've changed my thermostat. Sorry, I really don't film much of the mechanical work even today because it's a bit of a mess, as you can see, so it's easier this way. On top of that, accessibility is really horrible, just horrible, really. But it's okay, we don't care. You only have to do it once. At least now we're good. After the timing belt, the thermostat, all those annoying things to do, we're good for a while. On the other hand, the oil filter's really badly placed under the manifold. It's honestly a nightmare. I didn't tighten it too much, but maybe I'll invest in a really good heavy-duty filter wrench. But now you could go for a test drive with a customer. He comes back, he puts everything he took apart back together. We're doing the engine mount. Normally you lower the subframe a bit, and that's it. I asked Unilopal if they had any coolant so I could fill up the RAV4. He said yes, Loic, he'll bring me some.
Figure it out.
I'm not sure he realized I just wanted 5 liters. Unilopal, what do I do now? The time. Wow, that's not dumb. Yeah, it's a gas can. I'm gonna spill it everywhere. That's life, that's what it is. Look at that, look at that. It's leaking on the floor. Why? Don't say it, it's the thermostat. Oh yeah, it's your thermostat. Stop, let's go. I'm leaving, I'm done. Let's push him outside, you'll see tomorrow. Okay, it started leaking because actually, the thermostat gasket, well, the color set, I don't know what you call it, it wasn't good from the start. So, luckily in the timing kit, there was a new one that was wider that was provided. So, I just put it in. And now, indeed, it's not sloshing around in the plastic pipe. So normally it should... I thought I was the one who made a mistake, but apparently not. So it should be back to normal now. It seems to be better. Thank you. You didn't notice. End of the room. Room, yes, look. It's nice, I was fed up. Look, we put in the battery and it's done. Arrive? Story 2. Nothing surprising. 4, that it works. And above all, now it will be able to heat up. Before, it didn't warm up with the thermostat in winter. Now that it's summer, yes, that's clear. Come on, we'll let it heat up slowly and tidy up while we wait. Look at this, we're on board the little RAV4. And honestly, I'm really gonna try to be objective with you. I've already driven it before, of course. But there's really something we need to talk about. This engine, it's insanely torquey. What is this madness? It's a little 2-liter 430 horsepower. Of course, I have a Chaser with 600 horsepower. It might sound weird when I tell you this, but it works. It works for a little 4x4 like this, with such a small engine. You feel like it feels like it has 150, maybe even 160. I don't know why, it's got a lot of torque. The engine is really eager. It's really a solid little 4x4. Look how nice it is to drive. Right now, I'm in a 4th at 2000. It's picking up. The worst part is when you rev it up. Anyway, I think this engine, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, the engine, was put in Celicus or things like that. And now look, I'm in 2nd gear, okay? I'm driving at 40 km/h, I'm dozing off. It's amazing how well it works, a 5-speed gearbox. It's geared really well. Well, I've already taken a trip where I was able to go up to 130 km/h and at 130. However, it's very high in the revs. We're almost at 3,900 RPM. For the highway, clearly it's really not the most suitable, but still, it's really cool. We're in a small cabin. It's cool, it's solid. You see, when people ask me, why do you buy this type of vehicle? That's why. Look, I'm chilling, I feel good. I've got my sunroof, it's 20 degrees, I'm comfortable, that's what I call it. That means right now I'm treating myself to a little joyride. Cruising in a small RAV4 from the 90s, just relaxing. And that's totally my thing, and it's priceless. It won't be in this episode because, unfortunately, I don't really trust the tires, since they're not made for off-roading at all. And above all, they're very dry and very old. But in the next episode, which is going to be very long because it's going to cover, once again, I'm telling you, a lot of preparation for this vehicle. We'll go for an off-road ride and take a little trip, just like in the early videos with the Jeeps. It'll bring back good memories for the loyal subscribers of the channel. All right, let's head back home. Well, there you go. The road test is conclusive. This vehicle is finally finished. Normally, it's good. I've basically done everything I needed to do on it. The maintenance is good. The chassis is good. The braking is good. And all the unclear areas with the engine, like the timing belt, for example, are good. Well, now there's only one thing left to do. We're going to give this RAV4 some style. Paint, lift kit, tires, lighting, bull bars. Enjoy it, because in the next video, it won't look like this at all. If you've made it this far in the video, I have one thing to ask. Leave me a comment if you're one of the loyal subscribers, the good old RAV4, because it's such a trooper. We'll make sure it gets the message. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you soon in the next video.